World War II, the Cold War, and the Korean War. Over the span of 14 years, millions of lives were lost to countless bullets and bombshells. And along with the human casualties came the death of a nation. Korea, a once united land of culture and history, was torn in two at the end of the Korean War. July 27th, 1953. Along the 38th parallel, the two lands are separated by a rather minuscule strip of land, measuring a mere 2.5 miles in width. While the two plots of land may appear to be similar, or even identical to one another, the differences between culture and government has grown to be worlds apart in the last half-century. Though North Korea remains very closed off from the rest of the world, a recently released documentary titled Under the Sun from Russian director Vitaly Mansky aims to give an accurate representation of the North Korean society as it is today. Despite the intentions of director Mansky to document a modern-day representation of the Soviet Union, the film provides evidence that citizens in a country from the 21st century are being treated worse than a communist country that existed over half a century ago. The government's oppressive nature can be most clearly witnessed in the restriction of self-expression and education. The North Korean government attempted to interfere with the film, with intentions to create another form of propaganda for the country. The film opens with the words, "The script of this film was assigned to us by the North Korean side. They also kindly provided us with an around-the-clock escort service, chose our filming locations, and looked over all the footage we shot to make sure we did not make any mistakes in showing the life of a perfectly ordinary family in the best country of the world." Despite the film's classification as a documentary, every scene is staged and scripted, and usually take multiple cues from directors until the scene is finalized. Here's a supposed honest scene that depicts an everyday supper of a typical North Korean family. The scene depicts a very joyful family of three that talk and laugh at the dinner table.
지미야, 이 김치는 우리나라의 고유한 민족 음식이야. 응? 너 사람이 하루에 김치 200g하고 김치 국물 70ml만 마시면 그날 하루에 사람에게 필요한 비타민 절반을 보충한 거랑 같아. 응?
나도 알아요.
뭐라네?
그런 거 타고 아무 예방한 데서도 좋아요.
너 뭐 책만 해보더니 어떻게 그런 거 다 하는구나, 지미야.
However, it is later shown that this scene too was part of the scripted scene set up by the North Korean officials. The attempts of false representation do not stop here, however, as even scenes as simple as recording passerby and pedestrians are also staged. This hints at the scarcity of even the most basic of needs, such as public transit. Both Zinmi and her parents are given temporary jobs to more accurately reflect the life of a typical North Korean family. Zinmi's father, who used to be a print journalist, is depicted as an engineer in an exemplary textile factory, and the scene leads to another scripted scene of the workplace. Zinmi's mother, a cafeteria worker in the past, is depicted as a factory worker in an exemplary soy milk factory. And yet again, to no surprise, leads to another scripted scene at the workplace. Deep integration of skewed ideologies and education can be further spotted in the footage of schools, where education once again revolves around the three generations of the dictators. The children are taught the three dictators, Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il, and Kim Jong-un, are the most powerful and most important people in the whole world. And lastly, the teacher makes a comment at the end, where she states that students must all focus and study with a mindset of hatred towards Americans, Japanese, and other foreigners. Towards the end of the film, Zenmi, most likely stressed out from the forced depression and events brought forth by the filming, is shown to shed tears more frequently.
알았어요? 몰랐어요? 알았어요?
진미, 너 소년단 입단했는데 이제 자기 일상에 대해서 무엇을 기대해요?
소년단원이 되면 조직 생활을 합니다. 조직 생활을 할 때 잘못도 느끼게 되고 경리한 대원수님을 위하여 어떻게 해야 되는 것도 느껴지게 됩니다.
There's a saying that a child cannot tell lies. At the very last scene of the film, Zenmi is interviewed by the film crew themselves, but soon breaks down while following the script provided to her by the North Korean officials. In an attempt to calm the interviewee, the crew member asks Zenmi to think of a time she experienced something fun or funny. However, Zenmi fails to comprehend the meaning of fun.
대해서 생각해봐요.
In shock, the crew member resorts to asking another question and asks Zenmi to recite a fun poem instead. Zenmi then instinctively starts to recite emotionless words of a poem, honoring their three great leaders, Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il, and Kim Jong-un.
Тише, может, он расскажет.
아니면 어떤 시를 생각해봐요.
나는 위대한 김일성 대원수님께서 세워주시고 위대한 김정일 대원수님께서 빛내어 주시었으며 경례한 김정은 수님께서 이끌어 주시는 영광스러운 조선선인단에 입단하면서 언제 어디서나 태원수님들의 유언과 경례한 김정은 수님의 가르치신 대로 생각하고 행동하며 주체 영향력을 대를 이어 빛내어 나가는 사회주의 정복의 후비